Hello again, everyone. So, for this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about profiling an abuser and 6 signs that you should pay attention to. I'm actually surprised that I have made it this far with doing the videos. I never have this long of silence. It's awesome. Setting out here, just barely sprinkling. Really nice. Can kind of feel the fall weather moving in. Decorated some stuff up for Halloween. Yeah, like it's great. Kind of makes me wonder how energetic those babies are going to be tomorrow. But anyway, back to this topic. You don't just look at the past. An abuser's current behavior may do more to indicate danger ahead. Many how to spot an abuser advice pieces will tell you to look at the person's past. Be wary of a traumatic childhood, an abusive upbringing, history of drug use or alcoholism, previous criminal record, including charges filed but dropped. However, it is fair to argue that many people who have those things in their past did not go on to become an abuser. Take Roger Lockridge, a professional bodybuilder from West Virginia, as an example. He grew up with an abusive alcoholic father who one night aimed a rifle at him, his mother, and siblings, threatening to kill them. He probably would have had the police not intervened to help them get to a domestic violence shelter where they lived for several months. Instead of heading down a similar path as his father, he became a spokesperson for childhood domestic violence, got married, had 2 kids, and is now an outspoken child advocate as well as a successful bodybuilder. So, if the past is not 100% reliable predictor of abusers, what is? Unfortunately, there is no simple answer to that question. But looking at a person's present behavior can sometimes be more accurate. We'll discuss 6 warning signs. The first one is sexist jokes. If they are demeaning verbally or in their behavior towards women, this is a red flag worth paying attention to. This could include sexist behavior and attitudes, objectifying women, implying women's opinions are of less value, prioritizing a woman's looks over any other attribute, trying to silence women when they speak, or adhering to antiquated gender roles. Also, look at how they treat other women in their lives: mothers, sisters, aunts, grandmothers, etc. Are they controlling? 2. Bullying. Do they seem like a bully? Talk about bullying others who have wronged them, or fixate on being the victim of bullying in a sense that they need to prove something now in their life. Number 3, male dominated profession. And of course, this is not to say that all men in male dominated professions are abusers. But when it is in addition to other red flags, it should be noted. This can include police officers, military, or even pro athletes. Male dominated professions often bond around sexist rhetoric and male aggression. It's clearly something about the way society idolizes many of those men. 4. Fast mover. Does he talk about commitment right off the bat? Tell you that you're the only one on the second date? Bring up moving in together or getting married by week 2? You may think this person is super into me, when in reality, an abuser will be trying to isolate you from friends and family. Number 5, owning a weapon. Again, this isn't to say that all gun owners are abusers. But if you're already seeing red flags with someone and they own a gun, be aware. The presence of a gun in domestic situations increase the risk of homicide for women by 500%. There may be a more sinister reason for owning a weapon than sport. Number 6, cruel to animals. A report from the American Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals said that abusers who harm their pets are more controlling and use more dangerous forms of violence than batterers who do not. Does he have a dog and neglect it? Make jokes about harming small animals? These are warning signs that shouldn't go unheeded. While being on the lookout for these red flags is certainly proactive, it should also be noted that abusers are savvy at what they do. They try multiple tactics. When you're in it, you can miss the early, more subtle signs of control. This might include an abuser telling a partner to only wear certain clothes because those make you look really good, or getting upset when their partner doesn't answer the phone each time they call because I'm just worried about you. These types of control might take a lot of repetition to sink in, especially when we all want to believe in the best version of someone when we first meet. If you're unsure about your new or current partner's behavior, it's always a smart idea to reach out to a trained DV advocate who can talk to you and answer your questions, suspicions, and or fears. You can always call and just speak to someone, even if you're not ready to leave, seek shelter, or give any specific information. And though there's a lot of warning signs, a lot. And looking into somebody's past is a good way, but sometimes it's the here and now that can give you a better idea. A lot of abusers do have pasts that give you an idea of where they're going in their future. But there's a lot of abusers out there that have a past and they've never been caught. They've never had another victim step up and report the abuse or report them hurting animals or report them setting fires or report them having a gun illegally. There's a lot of times that people get away with a lot of stuff because it goes unreported. And if you're looking at somebody's past and trying to pull up a criminal record or something, there's a lot that's probably not on it. Not saying that everybody that doesn't have a printed criminal record has one, they just haven't been caught. But the here and now is what's prominent because some people do change. Abusers are people that really don't change. They may change their tactics or change the way they do things, but down deep, they still have that abusive intent, even if they are seeking help, even if they promise 1,000 times that they will change. So, warning signs, if you can notice them, are a great way to avoid relationships that can get very abusive. We've all got those gut feelings. We've got that inner voice that tells us that something isn't right. Even when we don't want to believe it, it's there. And it's always good to actually trust it and go with it, because it's always better to be safe than sorry. And unfortunately, with domestic violence, those sorries at the end, they don't fix the trauma that's already been instilled in the person that is on the other end of the abuse. Much love, everybody, and stay safe.